Okay, great. Good morning to you. Welcome to this stretch and mobility class. Okay, so take some time for yourself. Let everyone else know you're taking part in a stretch mobility session. Try and take half an hour for yourself just to enjoy yourself. Now, for this class, you'll need a mat. We're going to be doing some kneeling exercises as well. So if you know you struggle to get down on your knees, grab yourself a pillow or something to be able to put down, just to be able to support underneath the patella and the kneecap. So from here, we're going to check out one way, check around the other, give it a good rotation. And then just check above your head, stretch up nice and high, and release as well. Good stuff. Okay, from here, finding your space, I'm just going to work on a side bend, nice and easy. Now, what I want you to do is just check your posture. So we're going to have our hips forwards and rolling down the side. Good morning, good morning. If you're watching up on Facebook, get some messages in for us. Nice. So from here, I want you to just assess your gait. So we're pushing hands down the side of the body, all the way down to the side of the knee, and coming back up straight. Nice and easy movements. Okay, so from here, our feet facing forwards, big toes slightly turned in, second metatarsals parallel to each other here. Dropping and moving. Slow movement, as you can see, we're trying to get as much movement here in our pelvis. We've got a bit of pelvis shift going side to side, lateral movements here. Now, if you're feeling comfortable, you can run the fingers up the side of the body, all the way up to the armpit, and back down again. We're going to work two more here, then one more. Looking good. From here, we're just going to raise up onto tiptoes and back down again. Nice, controlled and easy. Now, our thumbs are going to be facing forwards. And our fingers, we're going to web them out nice and wide, driving up nice and high onto our tiptoes, or into the ball of the feet, whichever you can get through to. Now from here, the crown of the head has to come up to the ceiling. We retract and pull back in our shoulder blades. We raise up as high as we can, feel comfortable, slowly lower back down again. Nice. Four more here, nice, controlled. Remember, it's about lifting with control and lowering with control as well. So the nice concentric phase pushing up here, and our eccentric lowering phase down again. Really nice. Last one here. Good stuff. From here, we're just going to work through a butt kick up behind. So our heels coming up to our hips. Now, naturally, if you spend a lot of time sitting down, you'll sit in what's called anterior pelvic tilt. You have your bottom shooting back here. What I want to do is correct your foot position, get your feet anatomically underneath sitting bones, and we're kicking up high behind us. Now you notice as well that the gap between the knees and the gap between the feet is the same. Be driving forward, and bring the shoulders back, bring the chest up. I'm saying that we've been retracting our shoulders a lot this week. Well done, really good. Excellent, love that, Tony. Now, Tony, your feet are coming out wide here, so bring your feet inwards. And from here, Karen, drive forward on your pelvis slightly more. That's really good. Faith, if you can, pull back your shoulder blades slightly further, bring your chin up higher. That looks great. Andrew, perfect, love it. It's always good, because if you correct a few people on screen, by the time you get over to the one you haven't corrected, they're all like, ding, ding, ding. Perfect, really, really good. Nice. Pip, that looks fab. Now, Pip, just concentrate on your right heel, because naturally your right heel wants to kick out wide. I want you to put more underneath the sitting bone here. You'll feel it will tighten up slightly more in the inside portion of your hamstring into your semi-tendinosus, membranosus inside. We were talking about before we went live. Really good. Excellent. Shake it out. Okay, so from here, standing on our right foot, we're going to pull this left knee up nice and high. Again, think about what your posture is doing and think about what your feet are doing. So facing forwards, big toe marginally or medially rotated in, so it's turning slightly. The hips driven forward, the shoulders are back, chest is pronounced up nice and high. Now this foot, it can tap the floor and then come back up controlled, back into position. You might need to grab the wall, you might need to grab a chair, whatever you're working through, keep working your balance, keep working your posture. Really good. Foot hovering the floor, knee flexing up nice and high again. Really good. Change leg. Here we go. You might find as well you need to just roll that hip slightly before you pull back in. Again, nice high knee flex. Toe turned in slightly. Keep the balance working through. Again, pelvis shunt through. Chest up nice and high, crown of your head up nice and high to the ceiling. Feet still sitting, bones apart. Yeah. Turning the foot so it's completely flat to the floor. And the foot just hovers each time. One more here. Good, good. Change leg, and I'm going to kick out wide to the side and bring the foot back in. Now, on here, allow yourself to sink into it and get some mobility in the pelvis here. Yeah. Drive and move.
No.
Now, you might need to grab the wall or grab a chair to keep that going. You need to kick out wide, pull it back in. Nice. So we're sinking and standing. Keep pushing it. Really good work. Now, if you were to draw out a straight line going across the body here, this toe is coming out on that straight line, going out to the side here. It's not curving, it's not circumducting behind us. We're driving out wide and straight. See if you can sink and get a bit more movement into it as well. Chest pronounced, kick out. One more here. Love it. Shake it out. Go for a walk around. Kick out your hips. Grab yourself a drink of water. Cheers. Very good. Okay. So we're now going to swap back onto the other foot. So standing on the left foot. And again, kicking the right foot out as wide as you feel comfortable. Turn the big toe down. Drive the pelvis forward. Open up through the hip. Again, the big toe marginally turned in. Second toe facing forwards. Pelvis driven forward. Shoulders back, chest up. Good work. See if you can keep the balance here. You might want to flex a bit more on the standing knee. You might need to grab the wall, whichever you need to work on. 4 more here. Really good. Turn that toe down towards the floor. Remember that straight line going across the body. Last one here. Good work. Shake it out. Okay. Roll your hips. Clockwise, counterclockwise movement. As if you're doing a hula hoop. Now, what you need to do is just go clockwise on this movement. Again, checking your feet position underneath our sitting bones. Now, try and do it with your eyes closed. And start to understand a bit about your anatomy. What's going on in the pelvis, what happens in your hip. So as you're rolling round, you're going to feel a bit of stiffness and a bit of tenderness. Take note of where that is and where you are on your loop round. So as you're coming around here, you might feel, as the back is coming out, you might find a stretch here in the abdominals. Tells you a bit about your body, that perhaps you need to work flexibility of the abdominal area. As we go round to the right side, you might find the extension on the side here, that's your obliques going in a bit tighter. You might need to work on some side flexibility and work your lats dorsi. As you come behind you, you might feel that extension through the lower back and through the hamstrings. Again, an area that you need to develop. And again, on this side, you might find the obliques and the lats dorsi tight. So keep working through your movements. Understand where it's getting you in your body, and then work on ways to strengthen and lengthen that side of your body. Change the direction now, going the opposite way. Get a feel of your body and what's going on. And if you're going, oh, yeah, I can really feel it here, and lower back is really killing me. 90% of all back problems are caused by tight hamstrings. So work on that hamstring flexibility and strengthen and lengthen. You might be finding it really tight in your hip flexors here, especially as you come into the extension point. So if you're tight on the right pelvis here, as you're coming back, as you lean into it, you might find it really tight up here. So again, think about your lunge work. Think about your hip flexion. See what's happening. You might have found that when you were extending the leg in our knee raises earlier. Keep working as wide as you can. Feel what's happening in your body. Okay, shake it out. From here, let's stretch up high. We're going to bring our shoulder blades back into position. We can interlock our fingers and we can lengthen our body as tall as we can. So we take the flex out the elbow and stretch. Now, the pelvis shoves over to the side and we lengthen out the body as far as we can. By interlocking the fingers, we get a lovely big extension through the side of our body here. So the latissimus dorsi is extending nicely, and the muscles in between your ribs, the intercostals, are extending as well. Now, with your arms, try and extend. So you're going to squeeze your ears with your arms and allow the arms to tilt a little bit further. Allow the pelvis to shunt just a little bit further again. Nice. Slowly, slowly bring it back up. Now, if you're struggling with that, bring your hands on your hips to do it. Okay, shake it out. Wiggle your hips again. Stretch, elongate again. Push up. Again, interlock the fingers, squeeze your ears with your arms, and then tilt. Now, try and get the pelvis to move out the way. Yeah, drive it away to the side. Lengthen and push out the arms, squeeze the ears with the arms. Now, you might find that one arm comes off the ear. Focus on getting that one straight in. Love it, Pip. Really good. Nice extension. Karen, see if you can get your right elbow up and straighten out. Yep, squeeze that ear in. Love it. Faith, you okay? Got a funny feeling their camera's paused. Okay. Really good. Richard, just turn your toes in slightly. Keep your heels out a touch. And give me a bit more extension through the body. Again, focus on this top elbow staying up high. And then see if you can tilt slightly further by pushing the hips and the pelvis shunted over the opposite way. Really good. Slowly come back up. Roll it out, backwards, and then forward roll again. Up and over. Shake it out. Okay, side bend again for me. Flex. Good stuff. Shake it out. Hula hoop clockwise. Hula hoop counterclockwise. Check your feet position again. Toes marginally turned in. Elevate, stretch. Put the hip out the way. Stretch back over to the right side. You should feel like it's a bit more elastic. Like you've taken a balloon, you've given it a good stretch before you blow it up. This is how we work in our body. So we're strengthening and lengthening the side of our body here. Again, concentrate on clamping the ears with the arms. The arms are as straight as we feel comfortable. Fingers interlocked, the pelvis moved out the way. Should have this nice side banana going on here. If you're finding your back here or here or here, in your day-to-day at work, and it's normally because you'll be quite sedentary, you need to get yourself up off your desk every hour, set an alarm clock, have 200 mils of water, hydrate your body, and get yourself moving. Slowly pull yourself back up. Shake it out. So if you're carrying a lot of stress in your neck and your lower back, it's probably because it's likely your pelvis is just not moving. The biggest joints in our body aren't getting out of the way. So let's stretch again. Reach, push, elongate. Again, top elbow up to the ceiling. Squeeze the ears with the arm. Push the hands away. And you're going to find that as you tilt more to the side, more of the shift from the pelvis, you're going to feel like you want to drop the top elbow down towards the floor. Try and avoid this by imagine you're wearing 2 badges on your chest here, and you're going to keep those badges facing up, square towards me on the camera here. Push out as long as you can. Really good. Clamp the ears with the arms. Keep the chest up. Push the pelvis even further away and lengthen out. Really good. Check your feet position. If they're wide, you're going to find it's harder to shut the hips. Bring the feet closer together. Again, feet underneath the sitting bones and push out and lengthen out here. Really good. Hold that movement. You might find this foot wants to turn out. Try and avoid it and allow the pelvis to shift out the way. 2, 1, slowly pull back up. Shake it out. Nice. From here, forward fold gently and then come back up. Don't worry about going deep. Just come down to your knees and slowly come back up. Give yourself a hip kick with the heels. Shake it out again. Now, forward fold. Okay. So this is our ragdoll position here. Again, we've got our feet under sitting bones and we're just dropping and flopping down. Don't worry about how far you get. But concentrate on keeping these legs nice and long. Now, as we're getting here, you might find you need to push back slightly onto your knees just to give that extension. Now, if you do struggle with inflammation around the knees, you've got some form of runner's knee, some tendonitis, you can allow a bit of a softness in the knees, okay? So all of these exercises are about safe, relevant, and effective movements. So safe, relevant, and effective for you, and keep it to your level. Now, from here, you fold your arms, put your elbows down towards the floor. Now, drop your chin on your chest, crown of your head down to the floor. Feel a nice extension through the body. Now, we unfold the arms. Our jaw is down on our chest. Our crown of our head down to the floor. Our nose down, we're looking through our feet. From here, we're slowly bringing our hands back to our shins, walking our hands up our body. Our chin stays down, the crown of our head down. We come fully back up to standing with the last thing to come up is our chin. We then stretch. We elongate as tall as we can. The arms brush our ears. We vertical arch it to the ceiling and allowing the pelvis to shunt side to side. Allow the movement here. Nice. Release, shake it out, turn the hips the other way. From here we go again. Forward fold. Keep the legs nice and straight. And again, if you feel comfortable, you can fold the arms. Key here again, chin down on the chest, crown of the head down to the floor. Now I want you to take a nice deep breath in for 4 seconds. It takes quite a while to get used to this breathing technique. So before we breathe, if you have started breathing, just breathe out for a second. I just want you to adjust your feet position. Okay, so again, feet under the sitting bones. Big toes slightly turned in. Second toes are parallel. You've got the hinge perfect from the hip here. Get the technique right. Drop your chin on the chest, the crown of your head to the floor. From here, take a nice deep breath in. 2, 3, and 4. Hold that breath. And I want you to sigh by rasping the back of the throat. And try and breathe out slowly for 8 seconds. That's the challenge here. And again, slow deep breath in for 4. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Breathe out for 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And again, ready? 4 breath in. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold that breath. 8 breath out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unfold the arms, bring the hands back to the ankles or the shins, wherever you are. Slowly walk your hands up, take the pressure off the lower back. Keep your chin down, chest down, nose down. It's the last thing that's going to come up before you come back up to standing. Again, circle the hips one way, circle them the other. Stretch up high, reach up, take an elbow tuck and an elbow tuck to the side. Nice. Now, if you do have a weight, then grab this one. This is just a 6 kilo kettlebell. Okay, so same movement. You don't need a weight for this at all. You can just work through where you were before. So we're going to drop down. Now, if your hands can get to the floor, you're going to cradle your weight and just bring it in. Again, we've got the legs nice and strong and long. We're lengthening and strengthening. We're trying to keep anything off the thighs. So keep your elbows off. Tuck the weight in nice and tight. Put the chin down on your chest, head down, looking down to the floor. Open up through the shoulder blades and hold. Again, focus on your feet position. Feel the pads of your toes, from your big toe to your little toe flat down to the floor, and from your toes to your heel flat down as well. Again, nice deep breath in for 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold it. Breathe out for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and repeat. Let's go. Breathe in. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, breathe out. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then either choosing to drop the weight and then bring the hands back to the floor, back to your body, walk your hands up the legs, all the way back up to standing, stretch, elongate again, circle the hips clockwise, counterclockwise it again, vertical archer again, move, stretch, swap, and release, shake it out. Okay, so from here, grabbing your mats, and grab a quick drink of water in between. Now from here, we're going to take ourselves down onto the floor, onto our kneeling position. So grab yourself a drink. Very good, okay. So, if you know you struggle with your knees, grab yourself a cushion or a pillow, stick it down on the floor. From here, our feet and our knees are sitting bone width apart. Okay, so we're going to be here. So concentrate, the knees and your heels are the same gap apart. Yep. So here and here. Now, the next part is placing your sitting bones down onto the heels. Feel what happens to your heels. Do they splay out to the side or do they stay plain? Try and keep them in plane. Big toes just slightly turned out. Shoulders back here. Now, if you're struggling to get here, you might be here and going, I haven't got the flexibility. That's fine. Stick a cushion underneath yourself. Or if you've got something like a yoga block or something, you can sit on a yoga block here just to give yourself a bit of support. Okay? Now, from here, if you can get yourself down onto your heels, that's great. You're going to bring your hands on your thighs, but you're going to concentrate on the heels staying vertical up towards your shoulders. Now, from here, we're going to walk into a press-up position, okay, and drop our pelvis down towards the floor, and our hands are the same width as our knees as they are our feet. So there'll be a straight line here on the right side and a straight line on the left side. Okay, I want you to feel your toes, big toe to little toe, the knuckles are down to the ground. So you're fully supported. You're going to walk back nice and easily. Okay, and whatever position you get back into, you're giving me this extension through your ankle. Now, this is called plantar flexion, so we're pointing our toes out as long as we can behind us, and we're going to try and maintain our posture here. Now, if we can, we sit up to standing up here. Pelvis moving forward. We're going to walk back down to the floor, drop the pelvis slightly, go straight onto my knees, through to our shoulders. If you choose, you can drop your chest, you can breathe out, push back up, and you can walk back in again. Nice. Work the level that suits you. Walk out. Deep breath in, breathe out. As you push back up. Walk back in. Posture up, nice and straight. And again, work the level that suits you. Trying to get this extension through into your hip extension. Then walk forward. Nice. If you feel comfortable, you can drop a press up into it as well. Walk back again. So full movement work. We're going to work one more here. And if you can lean back a little bit further, but if you choose to do that, make sure you've got your hands beside you so you've got an extra strategy as well. You feel a lengthening through the front of your thighs. Drive, walk through, drop the press, breathe out, push up. Cool. Walk the hands back. Now from here, we're going to sit up again, up onto our knees. We're going to take our left foot forward, extension, shoulders back, pelvis driven forward. Bring the hands behind the hips, bring your chest up, facing forwards here. Now, lead leg steps forward a bit further again. Hips extended nicely. Really good. Now from here, important, the chest stays up nice and high, from the shoulder through the pelvis down towards the knee. Might be a slight posterior tilt, a bit of an arch of the banana coming back forward here. That's absolutely fine. Okay, but if you're shunted back here, try and give me a bit more tilt forward through the pelvis. Now, this lead leg, the front knee, when you're flexed as far forward as you can, it's going to extend through the hip flexors here, iliac psoas major. Drive your pelvis forward, keep your shoulder back. Now, the front knee should plumb line to the midpoint of the foot. Okay, so if your front stride is too little, you're going to have your knee flexed over your knee, over your toe. So come forward slightly further. Now, from here, both breast pockets are facing directly forwards and away from you here. The back foot, feel what happens. Does it crumple inwards or laterally, or does it stay square? You want to feel big knuckles to little knuckles flat to the floor. Your pelvis driven as far forward as you possibly can. Pull your shoulders back. At some point, you're going to feel it. It's either going to be here in the hip flexor. It could be in the chest, because your pectorals are too tight. You might find it cramping up in your hamstring. You might find it cramping in your foot. Everyone is going to feel this in a very different place. Ideally, you want it here in the hip flexor. Nice. From here, you're slowly going to come back through. Cool. And then sit back down on your knees again. Again, your heels kick out. And if you can lean back into it as well. You can bring your hands wide for support, chin back, jaw back, looking up to the ceiling. Cool. Change leg then. Here we go. So we use the pelvis shift forwards, shoulders come back, big toe to little toe flat to the floor. We then step forward, big stride through the body. And again, we're looking for the feet to be the same gap apart. Pelvis driven forward again, shoulders right back, chest up. Again, you can feel the extension through the left thigh. Feel your back foot, big toe to little toe flat down to the floor. Again, we're looking for this arch in the back. Okay, pulling us forward just slightly through in the pelvis. Front knee, if it's going over your toes, you need to take your front foot forward slightly again. Stride into it and allow yourself to now tilt. Again, pelvis driven forward, chest up nice and high. Your chest facing directly to the wall in front of you. With the extension through. Again, big toe to little toe flat to the floor. Shoulder blades hinging back now. Elbows coming back towards each other, extension all the way through your chest. Now, a real challenge is close your eyes and see if you can hold it. You're going to feel the muscular imbalance in your pelvis. It could be like your glutes are too weak, you'll suddenly find them tighten up. You might find that you go off balance, and that's absolutely fine. Grab the wall, bring yourself back up again. Now, from here, we keep our chest up. Remember, both chest pockets are facing forwards, and our chin is up nice and high. We've got that elongation through the body. From here, bring the hand back to the wall, shuffle the foot back, drop back down onto your haunches. So you've got your hip bones back down onto your heels. Again, might be on your cushion. And again, see if you walk back. Is then allowing a bit of extension through the body and the chest here. Now, the other thing as well is you can have your body tilted right back, with your jaw back, chin back, chest back. Again, keep it safe, relevant, and effective for you. You might just be here. That's enough for you. That's cool. Just stop out where you are. Okay, you might be here, where you might be able to drop back and take your head all the way back to the floor, chin back, jaw back. If you are getting to this extension, try and get your knees back down to the floor through the range, okay? Just make sure you've got an exit strategy to be able to push yourself back up as well. Okay, so from here, that nicely extends our abdominals to finish with. We're going to bring ourselves back into our press-up position, and then we're going to roll onto our left side. Our hips tilt forward, we grab our right foot, and we drive through on the right thigh here. Heel up all the way to your bottom. Nice, little gap between the knees. And then release, shake it out. Roll over onto the other side. Grabbing the left foot again, little gap between the knees. Again, chest pronounced up nice and high. Drop your head to the floor, allow the pelvis to shift forwards. and then slowly release again, shake it out. From here, rolling onto your front, coming into a press-up position for a calf stretch. We're going to take our left foot over our right heel, taking your bottom up nice and high, feeling a nice big stretch all the way through the back of the right calf. Slowly releasing and swapping it over the right foot over the left again. It's going to be our final little movement for today. We've taken it all the way through our body, from our tiptoe all the way through our shoulders, all the way through to our ears effectively today. As we drop back into our knees, come up to erect position here, shoulders back, step forward and up, shake it out. Interlock your fingers, roll it out, roll it back the opposite way, shake it out. From there, drop down, cross your arms over, breathe out, extend overhead, and again, down, cross up, over, and release. 2 more here, down, up and over, and last one. Fantastic, well done, really well trained. Now, have a think about those exercises. Some of them you would have found really easy, and some of them you would have found quite challenging, and it's the challenging ones that we need to bring into a regular practice. So think about when you can do it. Could you bring it into an evening session before you go to bed? Maybe it was just a couple of those stretches, that maybe just 1 minute of stretching, maybe the hamstring stretch, maybe the ragdoll. You'll find that you'll get better extension. You'll sleep better, and that's one of our key pillars, sleeping better. You'll also want to hydrate more because you'll be more fluid, you'll be more elastic, so therefore you'll need more water. So make sure you have a pint of water in the morning first thing, pint again within half an hour, and then before each meal, try and have a pint as well. Now, if you struggle with snacking, normally it's because you're thirsty. So again, pint of water before you have any snacks as well. 4 pillars in our life: sleep, water, nutrition, and movement. So get the nutrition right, that helps your flexibility. And what we've just done is your movement. Those are your 4 pillars. Get those right, life's a bit easy. Right, any questions, get involved, send us a message. I'm just going to put a little message in here as well to you guys. Well trained. There we go. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. See you next time for the next one. Cheers.